What's good, everybody? It's me, Cat, back another day, another grind. And as you may have noticed on the channel, I play a lot of Pokemon Unite. And in that game, there's this Pokemon called Absol, one of my favorite Pokemons in all, actually my favorite Pokemon in all of the franchise. I play him a lot in this game. I would consider him my main, hands down. And I thought I'd put together a little guide video over him. So here it is. Keep in mind, this is how I play the character. This is my thoughts on the character. Obviously, people play him differently, have different thoughts. So if I say something you don't agree with, I mean, it's bound to happen, right? Anyway. Alright, first up, we will go into his stats. Absol, like, health-wise, is the 7th lowest in the game. I believe I took these at level 9. If not level 9, it's level 15. And then his attack on the opposite side is the 6th highest among the roster, both defense and special defense among the lowest. This character is a glass cannon for sure. And then while we're on the topic, some more stats for Absol. Level 9 through 15, these do not change. Absol has 10% lifesteal, 20% cooldown reduction, and a 10% critical hit rate. Now, on that note of critical hits, this character is all about critical hits. His crit rate is 10%, as I just said, plus Absol's passive itself is Super Luck, which increases his crit chance by 15%. And on top of that, most of Absol's moves and abilities have increased crit chance as well. This character, if you put them together in like a certain combo when all the stars align, you can get up to a 70% crit chance. And then, of course, you have like emblem nonsense and then item nonsense. You can get up to like an 83% crit chance. It's kind of insane. Next up, we will go ahead and talk about items to run on this character. The two must runs, like honestly, if you don't have these on, you're kind of trolling, is Scope Lens and Razor Claw. These, both of them, their passive effects increase your crit chance even more. And then Scope Lens itself increases your crit chance and then the damage of that your crits do. And then Razor Claw, again, after you use a move, your Razor Claw activates and your next basic attack does extra damage. And if you're a melee character, it inflicts a slowing effect on them. Absol's a melee character, so you're getting every benefit the Razor Claw has to offer. And that last third item slot is kind of variable. I like to switch between Focus Band, which heals you when you get low health, Muscle Band, which does increase damage on your attacks, and then Energy Amp. Once Absol uses his Unite move, he gets movement speed, and I think that's it. So having that Energy Amp just to buff you up a little bit more also works. Some other honorable mentions are attack weight. I don't personally like stacking on Absol, it feels weird. But an attack weight does help, it does work. And then Buddy Barrier. Once again, you let that Unite move fly. You're actually untouchable during your Unite move, so you're going to keep the Buddy Barrier even after you come out of it. And then giving a Buddy Barrier to an ally if you need to is also pretty good. Battle items. X-Speed is my personal favorite. X-Speed is... I don't know why people don't run X-Speed. And then... Okay, I guess Potion is kind of like an option, just because like being able to heal yourself every 30 seconds is like... I don't know, I just feel like there's other stuff that's better. Full heal, it's a strong move when it works, but I'm not a full heal believer. But that definitely works because there's crowd control galore in this game. Alright, now for the part that people probably actually care about, Absol's moves. Absol's moves, they're all pretty good, pretty interchangeable. I personally have like my go-to build that I stick with, but again, any of these moves work. They all have their own different values and things like that. Let's start with this basic attack, since I haven't talked about that yet. It's a normal attack, you do 3 hits, the third one is boosted. The boosted attack lowers enemy defense by 15 seconds for 2 seconds when they're hit. It's kind of like a double hit, it's like a 1-2, and if the move hits a single target, the damage is actually increased. And then first on the list are the moves you get at level 1. Slash and Feint. First up is Slash, not much to go on here, just a quick little slash in front of you. A quick little slash in front of you. The move does decent damage and also has an additional 15% chance to crit. Feint's also pretty simple. It's an arc dash that damages enemies hit. A thing to note about this move, it does alternate between a left and a right arc. Lastly, the move does hit through shields and ignores the defense, but I don't really see that being much of a thing, very useful. It's kind of lackluster. But you get it at level 3, so that's kind of nice, I guess. Alright, next up, we're going to be talking about the moves. Obviously, you're going to be using your moves all the time. You want to know what they do. First up is going to be Pursuit. You get this move at level 5, and it upgrades at level 11. This move has you dash in a direction that and also enhances your next basic attack, turning your basic attack into a lunge. Where this move gets its uniqueness is the resets of this move. You'll notice when the move is active, Absol's paws will glow kind of a bluish color, and then an area behind enemies will also appear. If Absol lunges and hits the enemy, it's a basic attack, so you just hit A again or hit B and you'll lunge at the opponent. If you hit them in that glowing area, not only does this move do increased damage, but the move's cooldown is also reduced by 80%. And with it being reduced by 80% and you having a 5-second cooldown no matter what, most of, like, literally every single time you get your reset, you're resetting your move to where you have less than a second, it pops back up, and then boom, you're good to go. If you hit an enemy from any other direction, the damage is just normal, and so is the cooldown. And then with the upgrade, you have a 35% increased move speed for 2 seconds after using the move. Now, the game plan with this move is kind of here or there. You want to find that person that has no idea what's going on. Again, you have increased damage when you use this move. So if you are a level 5 Absol against another level 5 Absol, and you hit Absol from the back, and it does like half of their health, they're going to be like, oh snap, I've got to get out of here. So then they're going to turn and they're going to run away from you. And that's when you want to just keep doing it, because you keep hitting them from the back, you rip them apart, you tear them apart. It does good on enemies like Cinderace, Greninja Decidueye, Duraludon, Speedsters. Anyone with low health will oftentimes be like, oh crap, I got to get away from this guy. And then because you're resetting your moves, you're getting this constant dash that you can do. You're constantly lunging at your enemies, making you even closer to them. So a lot of the times when people don't know what's going on, they're setting themselves up to get killed even more. Pursuit can jump over some walls. You'll notice, like right outside the Rayquaza pit, it can jump over the walls too. Just, the move itself is pretty good, but if you're not getting the resets, it's kind of, I don't want to say lackluster, but it's kind of just another move, if that makes sense. Alright, next on the list is Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is actually a pretty fun one. This move is a sure hit, so you'll have to target an enemy when you use it. When you use this move, Absol enters a stance for like a full second. If Absol is hit while he's doing that stance, that attack that hits him is negated. He'll leap behind the opponent, attack them, and stun and shove them. If Absol is not attacked during the stance, it only lasts for a second, so he'll still use his move, like he'll still leap at them, but it won't do the stun and it won't do the shove. The upgrade for this move, you get the move at level 7, the upgrade is at level 13. It's a 40% attack speed increase for 3 seconds after using this move. So really, what you want to do is, you kind of want to focus on that the next hit is negated. You want to focus on that part. If, I don't know, a Cinderace, like if you're in a 1v1 with a Cinderace and they're spamming their attacks with you and you hear like them pop their Unite move, you hear Cinderace cry and then like you see them do the leap into the air, activate Sucker Punch, you'll dodge the Unite move completely, you'll jump behind them, you'll push them, you'll shove them, you'll stun them, you do a whole bunch of damage to them, use your other moves. It just sets you up to do just this insane amount of damage. And then another thing to note, when you use Sucker Punch and you hit an opponent, when you shove them, you actually turn them around to where their back is facing you. So a neat little combo is you activate Pursuit, you do Sucker Punch, they hit you with something, you dodge it, you shove them, their back's turned towards you, now you Pursuit and do that extra damage on them. And they can't just turn around because you just stunned them. So just a neat little combo you can do with this move. Alright, next up is Psycho Cut. Psycho Cut is one of my favorite moves like in this entire game. I love the way this move works. When you use the move, you throw a wide slash forward. Oh, by the way, you get this move at level 7. This is the counterpart to Sucker Punch. When you use this move, you throw a wide slash forward. It damages any enemy's hit, and it slows any enemy's hit for 90%. That buff only lasts for 2 seconds, and as time goes on, the buff actually like lessens over time. The enemies hit by this move will have 3 marks appear above their heads for 5 seconds. These marks, I believe, are cleansable too, so they definitely can get rid of them. The next hit that Absol does on these marked enemies triggers the marks. When the marks are activated, they do damage. The first 2 marks do twice the amount of damage, and the third mark will do 3 times the amount of damage. And when I say it's doing 2 times the damage or 3 times the damage, the marks themselves are doing damage. Like they're like essentially they're exploding and like damaging the person that they're marked on. It's not actually multiplying the moves or like basic attack damage. It's just doing damage themselves. Lastly, any damage dealt by Psycho Cut or its marks have a 15% increased crit chance. And the upgrade for this move, again, this is the Sucker Punch counterpart, so you get the upgrade at level 13. It gives Absol a 20% move speed when nearby a debuffed enemy. So, let's talk about it. Psycho Cut basically is the, hey, I'm gonna kill you move. What I like to do is I like to hide in a bush. I like to throw this move out when someone's near it, and then just do burst damage galore. Let's say you have Pursuit. You Pursuit to someone, you Psycho Cut them, now they're slowed down, you dash at them using your enhanced basic attack, you're doing increased damage already from Pursuit, and now the marks are also doing damage, not to mention the increased crit chance. It sets up for you to assassinate someone so quickly. I love this move. And then it helps clear farm, because you can like Psycho Cut all of the Alterias and Swablues, and then you could damage all of them at the same time. It's really nice. This move helps you farm, this move helps you kill, and then every single move and attack that Absol does has, like, it affects these marks. So its Unite move can activate the marks, its basics can activate the marks, any move this character does. Any form of damage activates Psycho Cut. Alright, it's time to talk about Night Slash. I love this move. This move is my favorite move, like, in the game. I love this move. First off, when you use this move, Absol dashes in an arc and damages any enemies hit. If Absol does hit any enemies, this move is then recastable, you can use it again, for another 6 seconds. The next time you use the move, it is a straight dash this time. The damage is actually, it does more damage. And then the neat little thing about this one, the second hit has a 30% increased crit chance on enemies below 50% health. So this is kind of the, oh, I use this move to get in on you, I use my other move to attack you, damage you, I'm basic attacking you. Oh, you're less than, like, you have like 10 health left? Boom, I'm gonna use this move. It's probably gonna crit. You're absolutely dead. This move is great. This move you get at level 5, and then the upgrade you get at level 13. No, level 11. You get it at 5, and it upgrades at level 11. The upgrade to this move gives you a heal equivalent to 50% of the damage dealt by the second hit. And that includes crits. So, a situation I find myself doing all the time. I just got into a fight with the Decidueye. The Decidueye almost killed me, but last second I got a basic attack on him and it crit and it killed him. I have no health. I'm running back to base or to find a bush to base in. I see all these Alterias and Swablues. I Psycho Cut them. I Night Slash them. I Night Slash again. I hit all 4 of them, and then boom, I go from 10 health to like 90% health. The heal on this is so good. Man, do I hope they never, I hope people don't ever notice how good this heal is, because when Serena was healing like this, people were angry. They were nerfing this character, they were mad, they were upset. I hope no one ever notices. The heal on this move is actually pretty good, especially if you get a crit, especially if you're running Psycho Cut. It's amazing. I would consider it one of Absol's secure moves, the second hit of Night Slash, but it involves so much setup sometimes. Like, you have to actually have it, you have to use the move first, you have to hit with it, so you're already in the fight. Like, if you're trying to steal Rayquaza, you're already in the fight, you're already present, everyone knows you're there, and then you only have a certain amount of time before you can use the move again. So it is a secure move, but you gotta be ready for it. And then to talk about this move, like when you're using this, this is Absol's probably best move. Like, you can dash on people, you can double dash. If you hit them the first time, you get another dash. So let's say a Machamp is chasing you and you want to get away. The Machamp is right on top of you, you Night Slash away. Because you hit that Machamp Night Slashing, you now have your second dash, you dash away even more. It's a good escape move. Let's say you're chasing a Decidueye. You Psycho Cut them, the Decidueye is now slowed. You do that first dash in, you hit the Decidueye, now you just start doing its basic attacks, but oh no, it popped its eject button and now it's away from you again. Boom, second hit of Night Slash, you're back in there. I love this move is so good, it's very, very, very good. This is one of those moves, the dash can jump over the wall, although it's actually kind of hard to time. I'm sure I have a clip up here showing me doing it. I'm probably messing up some. I'm probably getting it like multiple times in a row, and then I'm messing up multiple times in a row. You can jump over certain walls with this move, because it is a pretty good dash. And then since we're talking about Absol's moves, and that is all 4 of Absol's moves, next up is his Unite move. Of course, Absol gets his Unite move at level 9. And of the Speedster Unite moves, I'm pretty sure this one does the most damage. And I don't think it's close. For starters, when you use this Unite move, you enter like this weird untargetable position, like you can't be touched. You unleash 5 slashes of... blah blah blah, jeez. You unleash 5 slashes in front of you, and afterwards you come back to, like, I don't want to say reality, but like you come back, like people can see you again, and then you unleash these wave of blades that shove and deal damage to it. At melee range, you do the 5 hits, it goes like do 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 do, and then when you release that wave, those slashes can actually hit more than once. So if they're right next to you, they get hit by the first hit of it, and then like as they're getting pushed, they're getting hit multiple times, up to 4 times. So like if they're right in front of you, you hit them with 4. If they're a little bit further, you hit them with 3 of the move. Like 1 slash is hitting them 4 times, if that makes sense. So if they're right in front of you, that 1 slash they're getting hit by and pushed by is hitting them 4 times. But if they're too far away from you, like the first 3 hits will miss, and then that last 4th one will hit. It'll still shove them technically, but you know, hopefully that makes sense. Only the first hit of that like shoving wave does max damage. If they get hit by all 4 of like the shoving wave, the remainder of the moves will do 30% of full damage. So basically, if they're getting hit 4 times, that first hit is like 100%, and then the remaining 3 are 30% each, making it to be Unite. Absol's Unite move, I have been using it as a secure move a lot lately, because you're untargetable when you use it, first off. Secondly, if this move crits, it does a lot of damage. You can hit them up to 5 times and then 4 times again. I don't know if you're good enough at math to do this, but that's 9 hits right there. All 9 of those hits can crit. If all 9 of those hits crit, my gosh, this move does so much damage. It's the most damaging Unite move in the game, aside from like someone standing in Duraludon's flame circle. Like, this move is nuts. I love this move. Oh, and then I guess I didn't say its name, but the name of his Unite move is Midnight Slash. That's also pretty cool. The icon for it is pretty cool. I like this character. If you couldn't tell, I love this Unite move. Anyway, let's talk about... Okay, we've gone over all the moves. What you want to do with Absol's Unite move is, I use it as kind of either an ambush option, like if I see someone walking past me and I'm hiding in a bush. Sometimes I will just Psycho Cut Night Slash them. And most of the time, if they're not dead, like if it's, let's say it's another Absol. Absol's probably dead, like unless you are unless you get hit by the first one and you react immediately and dash out of it, you're probably dead. I've deleted Decidueyes, Greninjas, Cinderaces. This move does a lot of damage. So most of the times I will use it as an ambush option. And then on the other side of that, if I'm in the fight and I notice, oh, I'm probably about to die, I'll start just spamming my Unite move. I become untargetable, I do all this damage, I shove them, and then during that shove, you come back. I'll just throw out Night Slash. If it hits them, they're probably dead. If it's not, and then it's just like, oh, well, dang, I used my Unite move and still died anyway because I had 1 health. Absol's Unite move is kind of just like, I need burst damage right now. So What you want to be using it with, again, I use it as a secure move sometimes. I throw it on Ray. I used to throw it on Zapdos. Like, I don't want to say I put it on Reggie, but like, if the situation presented itself and I was like, dang, I need to secure this, I would be more than happy to throw on my Unite move to secure Reggie. Maybe I'll include the clip, but like, there was one time where you could like Psycho Cut Fluffy Tail a Dreadnought and then like literally one-shot Dreadnought. This move is crazy. Alright, now that we've gone over all the moves, all of Absol's basic attacks and everything like that, let's just talk about this character. As I mentioned earlier, he's a glass cannon that is all about crits. So, I don't know if you guys heard that. If you did, I'm sorry. Absol is a speedster, so a lot of the times, the speedster's job is to go into the central area, farm up a whole bunch, come out higher level than the enemy team, and then most of the time, your job is to kill everybody. So, let's say you're in the center, you're level 5. What I like to do in the center is see which lane I can kill easier. So if I see like a Snorlax Pikachu, I will be running away from that lane as much as possible. If I see a Greninja Cinderace and they're both still level 3, I will go down there and I will bully them for the entire game. That is your job. Find which lane is easier for you to win, help your team win, help your team farm, like, don't go down there against like a Zacian Sableye and then just get absolutely bullied, because then you're giving up a lot of experience because you're higher level. You want to find the areas that you can help your team and you can kill the enemies with. Another way I like to think of it is, am I doing better than the enemy center? If I go down in my lane and like I get destroyed in lane, and then the enemy comes down, I'm already gone, the enemy helps clean up their lane, like, I'm not doing my job right. So, I like to find the lane that's easier to kill, or that like gives me the best chance to win. So if there's like a Ninetales Mamoswine in the top lane, and there is a Decidueye Eldegoss on the bottom, I will go to the bottom lane, and I will target that Decidueye for the remainder of the game. You finish clearing your farm, probably like the 9-minute mark. You come down for the 8-minute 50-second Altaria Swablues. If you can kill that Decidueye, then because you killed the Decidueye, it's now a 3v1 in the bottom lane, and like you guys do a whole bunch of scoring. Don't take your freaking allies' farm. Take the enemy's farm. Help hinder them as much as possible. I'm sure I have like clips and stuff going of me showing this, because if you are doing your job well enough to be over leveled, you are like virtually unstoppable. Like, this character is Glass Cannon incarnate, and I've built up like 5 level leads, like 6 level leads against actual players, not like like in bot matches. Of course, they're freaking bots, so they're designed to play a specific way. But I've done this against like human players. I've had like people be level like 4 trying to evolve at like the 5-minute mark, because I've just been bullying them the whole lane. I've been going to my center, I come out higher level, I kill them, I take all their farm, I go back to my center, farm even more, come back, kill them. Like, it sets you up to steamroll and snowball so much. That's what you really want to lean to if you're going to be the central area Absol. Another thing, another playstyle is just, you're an assassin. Play like an assassin. If you see that, oh, my lane is doing, like, kind of in trouble. I've already rotated down here, so I guess, I might as well stay down here. If you see that the enemies are, like, in a better position, wait for them to chase your team back to their, like, your own goal. Because then you start attack, like, you jump in on them, you do all this damage. You have the healing pad. The enemies do not. They have to run to the healing pad. And if they run to the healing pad, that's less time they're attacking you. And if they're attacking you, they're not running to the health pad. So you need to know when you can jump in and like what situations you know you can win. Because if you just jump in and get yourself killed, you're starting to do more, like, more harm than good, if that makes sense. Alright, and then on the other hand, let's say you call center and then there's this freaking Greninja that calls center as well. You guys are fighting over the center. I would beg and plead Just let the Greninja have the center. You do better in lane than a Greninja, but you don't do better in lane than, like, I don't know, a Blissey or something like that. Absol, he can go to a lane. He can go to the top or bottom lane. He does well. He has decent secure kind of, and then with a high chance to crit on everything, you have pretty good potential to win your lane as Absol. What I like to do is I like to just focus on getting my level 5. Farm what I can, try not to get myself killed. Once I'm level 5, once I get that giant power spike, I guess while I'm talking about power spikes, you get your power spikes at level 5 and level 9. Technically, I also consider level 11 a power spike, just because that's when you get healing on Night Slash. But once you hit those marks, that's when you're just like, okay, I'm now boosted. Let's go freaking do this. Focus on your level 5. If you are laning as Absol, just, I don't want to say play passive, but play smart. Play smart until you're level 5, and then you can go focus on things like stacking if you're stacking for some reason, or like attacking the enemies. Level 5 is so good for Absol, especially if you get level 5 first. If you get level 5 before your enemy Decidueye gets level 5, or your enemy Urshifu gets level 5, it's so good, because that sets you up to do all the bullying that I was talking about when I was talking about being in the center. Absol, in terms of his secure moves, obviously there's a lot of contested farm in the bottom and top path. That's why most of the times you want to go to the center, because it's less contested. But he does do decently well at securing. You have Slash, and if Slash crits, that's pretty good. You have Feint, so you can jump out of a bush and do it. I like saving Feint as my, like, get out of jail card. And then of course you have Pursuit. Pursuit has its gimmicks. If you're in lane against Decidueye or something, or like a Duraludon, chances are if you Pursue and get like the reset on it, you can actually take out that Duraludon, or the Decidueye, or the Greninja, or the Pikachu. You just have to, like, again, you have to wait until you're level 5. So, if you're playing lane Absol, I don't want to say play defensive, play calm, play passive, but don't play stupid. You're not the best character in the game. You're gonna have to get some farm, so focus on your farm. Unless you know, it's kind of what I was talking about earlier. If you know you can win a situation, jump in, go for it. That's kind of one of the reasons I agree with Absol being classified as an expert difficulty, because there's a lot of know-how, a lot of, oh, if I jump into this situation, I will just get myself killed. Or, I can probably get this kill, but I have to dodge his move first. I have to dodge a Decidueye arrow, or a Gengar Shadow Ball Dream Eater, and then I can jump in, then I can kill him, then I can do my combo of Psycho Cut, Night Slash 1, Basic Attack, Night Slash 2. Like, that's kind of the combo I like going for, and like, you have to know, is this going to work? Because if it doesn't work, I'm dead. Both of my moves are on cooldown. Or, am I able to get all these resets on Pursuit? Am I able to, like, time it and wait until they're got their back turned, or like dash behind them? Like, you can't just pick up this character and be like amazing with them. So I do agree with it on it saying they're an expert difficulty Pokemon, because you do have to know what you're doing. You can't just go down in lane and then just act like you're the best character in the game, because you're not. This character's, like, he's not bad by any means, but he is not the best character in the game. So you have to keep that in mind when you're jumping in on some characters that are better than you. And then lastly, because I feel like I'm starting to just talk a whole bunch, a review for Absol. He is glass cannon through and through. You jump in on people and kill them before they can react, or you don't kill them and then they kill you. Like, you're not meant for long drawn out fights. You really just want to find the people you can kill and kill them. So like, if you're at Rayquaza and you know there's a Decidueye on the enemy team, try to find that Decidueye, try to jump in on him. I had a match where it was like Blissey, Comfy, Trevenant, and there was another one. I think it was another supporter. And then they had a Decidueye. That was their only attacker, that was their only damage dealer. I literally, what I did, I'm pretty sure I went all the way around. I found that Decidueye, I obliterated him off the face of the planet, I eventually did die. I think I got crowd controlled beyond belief. And then because I took out their like carry, because I took out their damage dealer, my team was able to just whittle down the remainder of their team. We team wiped them at Rayquaza, took Rayquaza, and called it good. Like, your job, you are a speedster. You're supposed to assassinate people. Find the person to bully, and bully the crap out of them. If you know they have a Decidueye, find that Decidueye, kill them. If you know they have a Cinderace, find Cinderace, kill her. Like, I'd say the only thing to look out for when you're playing Absol is crowd control, because crowd control will get you killed. If you're stunned for 1 second, it takes 2 seconds to kill an Absol. If you're stunned for 1 second, you're at half health. You're at half health. And then you're probably not going to win the fight unless you just go absolutely insane. So, find that person that you can kill. Don't try to freaking assassinate a full health Mamoswine. It's not going to work. Find the Decidueye, kill them, and then, like, just try and live against, like, the tankier characters. The counter to Absol is tanky characters, crowd control, so things like Snorlax or Mamoswine, it's like playing into those guys is just, it's brutal. Playing into a Sableye is just brutal. They stun you, they do half of your health because you have no health, and then it's just nuts. So when you're playing this character, focus on killing the enemy attackers, the squishy characters, the characters with no mobility. Like, find those guys, kill them. Try to stay away from the Snorlaxes, try to stay away from the Mamoswines and Sableyes and Comfeys. Like, okay, well, Comfey attached to someone and then it's magic leafing you. That's what I mean when I say stay away from Comfey. If it's you versus the Comfey, freaking destroy it. But yeah. Gosh, I feel like I'm rambling again, so I'll just go ahead and wrap this up. Absol, he's a speedster. He's an assassin through and through. I love his design. His design is burst damage, like, that's all he is. It's just a whole lot of burst damage. So find it, get used to your combos, get used to your Sucker Punch Pursuit combos, get used to your Night Slash Psycho Cut combos. Use your Unite moves for secures if you need to. Use your Unite moves to just eliminate people. There was again, I might include the clip, but there was a time where a Rayquaza like shoved a Decidueye in the air. I just immediately threw my Unite move on him. The Decidueye was dead before he landed. Like, it's insane. There have been times where I've Unite moved, fought like a whole enemy team, and then because Night Slash hits anyone like in range, there have been times where I've team wiped people just for Unite move Night Slash. Like, find situations you know you can win. Try your best to win them, and if you don't, that's okay. But if you do, you got yourself a nice little clip. And then again, Absol, like, in terms of securing, that's not his job. His job is to kill people, but your Unite move, the second hit of Night Slash, Pursuit, they are decent secure moves. So if you see the opportunity present itself, go for it. And then, lastly, bully. You're meant to be a bully. Find that Duraludon, find that Eldegoss who doesn't know how to run away from Pursuit, and just bully them. That is your job. Be this over-leveled bully. Alright, and then I guess I will go ahead and end this video. Now, that being said, I feel like this video is not going to be the best. This is my first time ever making a guide for something like this, so be nice. If you disagree with something, you can say that in a humane way. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from this. Yeah, I plan to make more. Next one would probably be on like Ninetales or something, because I play Ninetales too. But yeah, if you like the video, like button, subscribe button, they don't cost you anything. They don't hurt anybody. So if you wanted to press them, go for it. There should be some videos popping up on the screen here in a little bit. Check those out too. Again, expect more from me. I plan to make more of these videos in the future. And yeah, I think that's it. So, thanks for watching. If you watched all the way through, please tell me. I would like to thank you 100 times over if you watched all the way through. Like, comment down below and say, hey, I watched the whole thing. Tell me what you agreed with. Tell me what you disagreed with. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your opinions. I would love to hear them. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and shut up. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.